All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Complexity Casting. coLcast presents HoN Tour Live. Diamond cycle number 4, lower bracket round number 3. Gonna be going on right here, right now. I hope that you guys are excited for this one because it should be awesome. Going into game number 2. And, well, we'll see here in a moment as I completely lost the chat channel for this. Oh, there it is. Okay, going way up there. Okay, much better. Going into game number 2 is Complexity held off the all-in from Pencils. That time, Bramble, Pebbles, Ophelia, Soul Reaper, Demented Shaman. Going pretty dang all in. Kind of close to working a couple of times. Came scary close, but in the end, Complexity just holding it together and bringing it into game 2 with the 1-0 advantage. Just one game away from advancing. And Pencils, one game away from being knocked into the loser's bracket. That's not where they want to be. I talked to Pablo McDad a couple days ago, and he was saying that he really wanted to make it into the top 6 for this cycle. So we will see. Gonna have to start with Relo not feeding. I'm being straight here. Relo, I have nothing but respect for the guy, but the last 2 games that I've cast of him, he is straight fed. Like 8 deaths. And unfortunately, that's just not going to cut it in games of this caliber. And something needs to be done there. It needs to be better map awareness or better heroes or something. But something needs to be done about that. Let's get into this game, though. Legion team, Parasite and Wild Soul being blind banned out. Tempest and Wild Soul by the Hellborn team. Leaves Keeper the Forest available after banning those 3 junglers. And let's take a look here. Sure enough, Keeper the Forest first locked, as well as Warbeast, Fade, Pebbles, Meraxis, and Draconis. So going to be going in with a pretty dang strong roster overall. Very, very strong roster overall in that lock pool. Lots of strength initiators there with the Fade. Well, she's agility. But Pebbles and Meraxis definitely strength. Some middle type initiators there. Well, Warbeast and Keeper the Forest, the pushing junglers. They're going to be in there. And then the hard carry with Draconis not going to be banned out this time. At least not in the banning phase. Let's get into that banning phase, though. Nymphora, Jeraziah, Demented Shaman, Tundra, Moon Queen, and Zephyr are your bans. So getting rid of a couple carries there with Zephyr and Moon Queen. Silhouette left on the board. While Tundra, Demented Shaman, and Jeraziah, a couple of the healers. Nymphora joins the healers that are banned out. And then Tundra, of course, just so annoying to deal with the bird and the avalanche. And so difficult to deal with sometimes. And let's take a look at the picking stage now as we finish up with that. Sounded weird. Sounded like the announcer said Pharaoh in a strange way. But first pick was Silhouette, so going to be going with that hard carry there for Complexity Gaming. Engineer Plague Rider, the response by Pencil, is going to grab a strong Suicide hero and a great support to start out things. And Complexity responds with a Luna grabbing their own strong support. And then a Pharaoh. So happy with the way that B-Kid played Pharaoh in the last game. Soloing that short lane and then moving into the middle eventually. Not playing Suicide on him. That actually went to Master of Arms being played by Les QQ. Playing the Suicide one-on-one against a Soul Reaper, right? I believe it was Soul Reaper. Yeah. Soul Reaper down there for at least a little while. On the other side, Pencil is going to be getting into their next pick here in about the next 35 seconds. I have Shadow clicked Madman. Something tells me that's not going to be their actual pick, though. We'll see momentarily. We shall see. But looking at their lineup, if they're going to be getting their initiator from the lock pool, which they most likely will be, they need a short lane solo. Could have gone with the Draconis, but if Draconis were some reason picked by Complexity, they would not have the Draconis available. And perhaps Reload just a little more comfortable with Hag. I've seen him play that hero a few times. Keeper the Forest being picked up here by Complexity. No surprise, first lockpick potential right there. And, well, Complexity secures that one. Now do have a jungle and a Suicider, so going to be able to run those as they will. Warbeast plus Fade. That's what's going to be coming out now. And this is actually a strikingly similar team to the one that should have actually beaten TTEs yesterday. Game number 2 against TTEs. I believe that Sweet Pro was playing Fade. No, Sweet Pro was playing Magnus in that game. But Relo was definitely on Hag. Fine was on Warbeast. And Pablo McDad, I don't know if he was on Bubbles. I think he might have been on Plague Rider. But soloing that short lane bottom. Overall, soloing the long lane bottom. As, well, Fine had a fantastic game there. Was able to get some real strong carry potential going with that Warbeast. Unfortunately, though, that was one of the games that Relo just had some serious trouble against Enzo on Gravekeeper. Ended up feeding, like I said, like 7 or 8 deaths to Gravekeeper. And just did not have a real good game. We'll see if Pencils fares any better here against Complexity than they did against TTEs yesterday. Sweet Pro's Fade, one of my favorites. I really do enjoy watching Zetpro play Magnus and Fade, particularly his Pebbles, also entertaining to watch. And the Hellhound's actually going to be up there trying to do a little bit of scouting. Got a few attacks off there, but nothing substantial by any means. And so the Legion team actually going to just turn around and think twice about this. Saying, okay, they clearly know that we're up here now. I'm a little too afraid to actually go in there any further. Going to go around the side and maybe drop a ward in this location right here. Or perhaps up there. Okay. So that's another ward spot that actually does block this camp right here. I really do like this ward spot. We don't see it enough, in my opinion. You don't get good vision, though, unless you actually cut down the trees that are in this area, which requires an Engineer or an Aluna. Other wards that I really do like that are underused up here, if you ward right here and knock down these 4 trees with, once again, Engineer or Luna, or something else that knocks down trees. There's lots of heroes that do. But if you knock down these trees right here and place this ward, really do like that one. Gives you vision all the way up to about right here, all the way over here, and then over here. So it gives you just a ton of vision. Like, look at all that vision. Look at all that vision. It's a good one. It is a good one. So lanes right now. Complexity going to be going long lane Pebbles, and Aluna going to be going against Relo on Wretched Hag. And I feel like Hag should actually have a really good position here against these 2 heroes. She's going to take a lot of damage, but as long as she doesn't get out of position, I feel that she's going to be okay. Problem here being that Hoodmander, of course, used his tree dogs to actually make sure that the lane position is not going to be in Hag's favor, and she's going to have to be pushed up really, really far a lot of the time. She's going to enable Luna to do a lot of harassing. Pharaoh going to be going up 1v2 against Fade and Engineer. And I think I might actually like Engineer to, after the 2-minute rune, I think I might like Engineer to go top and babysit Hag. I think that might be a little bit better, because by that time, Pharaoh should be easy enough for our Fade to 1v1. And Fade's going to have a good enough early start that she should be able to have success there. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, Plague Rider versus Silhouette. This is going to come down to a lot of skill. There's going to be a lot of outplay going on here. But there's definitely a possibility for either of these 2 players to win this lane. And it's really going to be up to who gets the better positioning off, who gets the better lane engagements, who has the better creep equilibrium. But a lot of it right there is going to come down to who gets off the nukes and the auto attacks. And right there, you can see Silhouette is not afraid to man up. Not afraid at all. And, ooh, fine. Trying to get the counter ward off over here. Did expect the ward in this location, which is a little bit more common to block and then get rune vision. But when you do have your trees that you can cut down, this one's actually the preferable spot. So, unable to get the counter ward off there. Very, very well placed by Franzi. Top lane, Wretched Hag has to be real careful here. Use the Sonar Scream and actually man up. Very well aware that Pebbles might have been coming over, but Franzi going to take a lot of pressure here. Level 3 Wretched Hag, no points in Haunt, so don't need to worry about getting slowed down a bit, but Franzi will have to back up and use his health potion. Both players now running kind of low on regen, as in the bottom lane, they're manning up on each other once more. Silhouette has to use his potion while Pablo just continues to eat some trees. Now level 4, going to be able to get that deny on a little bit more frequently, get some more mana back, and continue to spam those contagion nukes. Until some rotation comes on here into the top lane, Pencils is going to continue to lose this laning phase, because Pharaoh is actually doing a great job here middle, getting his levels, getting creep kills when he can. And so there we go. Finally, it looks like Engineer is going to be rotating a bit. No, he's coming back. I don't like this. I don't like it one bit. Plague Rider choosing not to actually finish up his Ring of the Teacher, going boots first instead. And I'm not sure how I feel about that one. Brings out some more Tree Eaters as the kill goes off in the top lane. Reload does go down. Sorry that I missed that one, guys. Looks like it was just a simple combo from Pebbles with a power throw from Aluna. Fine making a little bit of a comment there, saying, what is going on? What is going on in this game? Hasted Fade is what's going on as Sweet Pro misses that last hit. Engineer actually going to come to the bottom lane, and I could not disagree more with this. I in fact think that Silhouette is not only going to not get killed by this, I think Silhouette could possibly turn it around and kill either one of these players if they do go on her. We need to be very, very careful down here in this bottom lane. Engineer will show himself, which means that Silhouette's going to have to run away. But look at that. Silhouette has a full 600 as opposed to a 550 on Engineer, as well, there's some damage going out mid, but nothing else. Silhouette should be able to actually still win this lane now. She's gotten a good enough start that, yeah, Engineer's just going to have to leave. Just a waste of time over there. He's going to use all of his mana in the jungle and get exactly 0 things accomplished. Yeah, Moonbeater just says K. Like, what was the point of that? And I agree, what was the point of that? Pencils, they had the potential really to do well in these lanes, but unfortunately just not laning it the way that I would have liked to have seen them, and it's not working out as well for them. In the middle lane, you can actually see that B-Kid is out-leveling Fade in the middle lane. And while Sweet Pro's at 303 gold per minute, B-Kid, I mean, 110, not terrible. He's going to be able to get recovery now that Engineer is gone. And what's Engineer off doing? Engineer's off stacking dragons. Like, when are they going to be able to kill this triple stacked Ancients? They don't have heroes that can kill the triple stacked Ancients until this War Beast probably hits level 7, level 8, something like that. Just still a good 7-8 minutes off. Needs to be off, utilizing his very early game potential with that keg and with that turret, trying to set up kills on somebody that's vulnerable like Aluna, but hasn't made a trip to the top lane at all yet. And in fact, Warbeast could be in some serious trouble here. Tormented Soul goes off, and Aluna does manage to get the kill, while in the bottom lane, Moonmeander comes in with the root and is able to get the kill on to Plague Rider. Sweet Pro does turn around and get the kill onto Franzi there, so that puts the Pencils team on the board. Double damage and the reflection used to get that one. I'll take a look at the farm up here for Les QQ. 295 gold per minute. As the lane goes down in bottom, keeping the forest and Silhouette. We're working on that one. Double damage Fade going to be coming in right here. Going to use the Burning Shadows, but I mean, there's an invisible Fade. Actually, going to be going on to keep the forest? No, like just double invis. Oh, things are looking really, really rough for Pencils right now. I like their lineup. I think that their lanes were correct, with the exception of putting the Fade plus Engineer mid. As soon as they saw the man up dual lane top, they needed to bring Engineer up there. Even though they might have still lost that lane. Wretched Hag needs her levels, even though they might have still lost that lane. In fact, they probably would lose that lane. You need to have, well, there's a combo coming down. Wretched Hag, she'll go down again. Reload has 0, 2, and 0. But, even though you might lose the lane, you have to be able to rely on your Fade to at least split his lane. Doesn't have to win it, just split that lane. And you're going to be in a better position right here. Trust that Fine is going to like carry like crazy on Warbeast, which somehow always finds like 300 gold per minute. 300, 350 gold per minute there on his jungler. But you have to be able to provide some support from the lanes. And being 8 minutes into this game, down 4,000 gold, 2,500 experience is not where you want to be. So something went wrong here. Bit unfortunate. Pencil's by no means out of it just yet. Bloodguard needs to be careful over here. And Root's going to go off right there. Auto attack damage from Silhouette, pretty strong. Pablo takes his second death of the game. And now Engineer is finally rotated up here. Drops a Ward of Sight in this position. And this Ward of Revelation might actually be in range. I think his range actually is to like right there. So it's going to take a Luna walking over there. Confirm or not. Warbeast gets his 7 or 9 minute Abyssal Skull here. A little bit slow way. I'd like to see that a little faster. Might have had some bad spawns. Warbeast can definitely be a spawn dependent jungler. And Sweet Pro with his Strider is going to be making his way back up. So yeah, the sword was in sight. Luna able to get the counter off and then drops another ward behind the tower. Going to be looking for support, which indicates that they're going to be going for a gank and then probably a push on this lane once more. Fade is up here and Relo has rotated to the middle lane so that he can retreat. Up to 175 gold per minute. 30 CS. Not awful. Especially being in that lane, he's actually done relatively well for himself. Giving up two last hits. Not the, or excuse me, 2 kills. Not the biggest deal in the world. Bloodguard actually going to drop the ultimate right here. The Contagion nuke already going out. And there's Wretched Hag, but no. Able to get away. Hag not using the ultimate. And Relo. Why didn't you use the ultimate? I don't really understand right there. Hag could be in some trouble though. Silhouette's going to want to man up on this as long as the root is available. And there is the root. Auto attacks come in. Relo gives up his 3rd kill. There's very, very little reason for him to be up that far. Should have been aware that Keeper ult might be up. And Silhouette gets the invis. As soon as she breaks invis though, Fade is going to try to go in for the kill. Needs to be careful. There's the Burning Shadows. It's actually going to be enough damage. Yes. I wasn't quite sure there. Where's the Contagion nuke going out on the Keeper of the Forest, but not going to be able to do anything else. There's a Wrath of the Pharaoh coming in onto Engineer. The Keg's going to actually push them all around and turn around with the slow onto Pharaoh. And BK wants to man up here, but they're going to get turned around upon. There's the Tormented Soul. Burning Shadows, though, and BK will go down. Trading a level 9 Pharaoh with some cooldowns there for a level 5 Engineer. Definitely worth it in the book for pencils.
The Hellborn have destroyed a Legion tower.
Lesky Q finishing up his portal key now. Able to get the kill on that tower, and that propels him up to 400 gold per minute. Top farmer in the game now. He's going to start using that portal key to try to roam around. Find some damn kills. Will he be able to find any? That's a real question. So here we go. Warbeast does now hit level 9, and a little bit earlier than I expected. Finishing up his Steam Boots as well. Like I said, finds a very good farmer. And doing very well on Warbeast thus far. Able to bring down the triple stacked Ancients. Gonna grab that Dragon Master. That'll put him up into the... Actually, Pablo steals it. Thanks, Pablo. But still up at the 340 gold per minute, 350 gold per minute range. Not bad. Engineer, about to be knocked back to the Stone Ages, perhaps. Pebbles wants him real bad, but once again, you got to be cognizant that when you do pick up this portal key, you use it to get ganks and good initiations when you can. You also need to make sure that you're not just sitting around doing nothing, which is, unless QQ, he's doing something. Like, just because he's not farming doesn't mean he's not doing anything. He's helping out just by virtue of everyone's scared because they don't know where he is. So people aren't willing to farm as hard. But you're also not farming yourself. I'm going to TP into the bottom lane. Might be looking for Fade. That is a hasted while invisible Fade. Making her way back up to the top river. And bottom rune going to spawn. It is Illusions. And Fade going to perhaps try to open up on B-Kid here. Has no more seconds left. And Haxerin actually gets the kill onto Relo in the bottom lane. So Relo 0, 4, and 0. Pencil's still down here. 5,000 gold, 3,900 experience. Down 5 hero kills as well. But Complexity not really capitalizing on it too much just yet. I mean, Bevel's 1, 0, and 2. That was all, of course, on Relo up top, I believe. Hasn't really been putting that portal key to use just yet, and starting to get under-leveled now. As a result of him actually in the top lane, Relo taking some damage from Keeper of the Forest. Did he use the ultimate? No. And well, I don't really know what's going on there. Pencils wants to get the kills onto Keeper of the Forest, but Moon's just... I would not be surprised if he just dropped another K. Like, they're just not really able to do a whole lot to him, at least not with some invis detection. Warbeast being spotted out now by Keeper of the Forest, and I think Keeper's actually going to just monitor Warbeast right now, and Warbeast is going to go back in right here. So there's the combo coming out, auto attacks. There's the red power throw as well. Root has to be used, and Fine will go down. He's trying to hold on to that root for as long as possible, but in the end just could not hold on to it anymore. Dust goes out, Moonmander will get caught here. There's the Wrath of Pharaoh though, going right on through, and the Plague ultimate going to be bouncing around just between some creeps. Pharaoh drops the wall of mummies down. There's the power throw coming in as well. Plague Rider will go down. Hellfire still going to be applied onto Fade. Burning Shadow is going to be trying to do some damage to him. Well, Pebbles will be able to actually bring down Engineer. Relo comes on in, going to drop the haunt onto Pebbles. And there's the Dark Deep Shadows coming in. Fade trapped, though, will go down. Relo should be careful, but he's the only member of his team still alive. Damn, see a Mining Totem. Was that a Logger's Hatchet? I'm not quite sure. Engineer and Plague Rider coming in and try to save the day. Defensive tower in deny range. Relo blinking really far up right now. And there's the auto attack damage, and Relo will go down. And this is what I'm talking about. Relo, I know he's just getting back into the HoN scene, but if you're going to play with a team in the Diamond League consistently, you can't be overextending like that. I mean, 0, 5, and 0, that's just unacceptable from your short lane solo. From your hard carry. I don't know. Pencil's got to get something worked out with that. I'm sure that after this weekend's performance that there will be a little bit of a talking to. Trying to get him to figure back out. Double damage Moon Meander still just kind of hanging out in the top lane, trying to steal some experience. But Warbeast actually just steals some experience right back from him. Dust goes out. Did connect on Moon Meander, but he's way over here. Does he even know that he's dusted? Burning Shadows misses there from Faders. There's the combo. Root even comes in. Gonna be able to put some damage out onto Warbeast. Keg connects onto Keeper of the Forest, but this is looking real bad. Looking real bad for Pencils. That guy are actually going to be in a lot of trouble here. The Nullstone being broken, but last auto attack finishes him off. And Hag's got to be careful. Tree Grapple's up in 5 seconds. Might not even need it. Couple more auto attacks. One more auto attack, in fact. And where? There's the Death Lotus. Relo, what the hell are you thinking? Like, I am so sorry that I'm harping on this so much, but there's just some really questionable stuff going on here. And Pencils puts up the vote to concede. Down 11,000 golden experience. 19 minutes into the game. I think it's very reasonable for them to try to concede here. GG comes out from Moon Meander. I don't think that this is actually going to pass. But yeah, big CC. Just commenting that these Ancients never spawn because Pharaoh's just rocketing them constantly. Top lane, the tower does go down. A little gets hit by a Bat Blast, and there's the dust. Moon Meander could be in some trouble. Burning Shadows comes out, and the coL, the keg gonna connect, and Moon Meander will go down. So finally goes down. Not gonna K your way out of this one, Moon. Portal Key coming in right there, and there's the combo onto Engineer. Wrath of the Pharaoh comes in as well. Plague Ultimate gonna be out and bouncing around. Not bouncing around a whole lot, though. Great split coming up. Beacon going in deep right now. Gets the wall of mummies up. He's gonna try to bring down Fade, but he could be in some trouble himself. Tormented Soul goes out. Needs to get the Chuck. Did not get the Chuck on the right player, and Les QQ will go down. Silhouette trying to actually get some last hits going, but no. Just teleports back to her shadow. I'm gonna go farm the jungle instead. Man, I am terrible about updating the numbers on the scoreboard today. I'm sorry, guys. That should read Complexity Gaming 1, as they are up 1-0. They're just stealing their Ancients. Probably not happy about that one. His Invisible Fade is going to open up on a Luna here. Who's in position? Nobody's in position to help her out. Wrath of the Pharaoh is available. Beacon not going to choose to use it, though. Franzi, like, come on. Like, you guys said you were CCing. Why are you killing me? But get killed, indeed he does. Moon going to stack the jungle a bit before proceeding to kill it. But the Hellborn team going to be making their way toward the bottom lane. Try to bring down this tower. The golden experience that was 11,000 and 11,000 up for Complexity just a few minutes ago. Now a little bit less, 8,900 and 8,600. So that's good news for Pencils. Relo's got himself some hands on a couple of assists, 0, 6, and 2 now. Haxorn going to be working toward a shrunken head on Silhouette. Going to be very nice to deal with all the slows and stuns coming out from the opposing team. Of course, Fade and Engineer, the kegs and the Burning Shadows right there. And then the slows, just lots of them. Between Plague Riders, multiple slows, and the slows of the Haunt from Hag. The Bat Blast. Gonna be nice to have in general. Silhouette going to be working on some Ancients over here, while LSQQ is pushing out just a bit. As he purchases the Steam Staff there, looks like he's going to be going for probably an Arcana. I'm going to start working on a Hellflower, I would assume. What is going on in this game to talk about, guys? I don't know. I don't know what's really going on in this game to talk about. Pencils like wants to concede, but they're not conceding. Talk about who Complexity will go on to play next. But I don't know. So I don't know. I don't know what to talk about. Normally, I know what to talk about, but I'm exhausted and feel sick. Bound Die is picked up on Tree, so he's going to be able to get some warding done. Taking some map control, and in fact, I'm going to be able to get a lot of counter warding done right now. We walked right by one of the other wards, the only other ward left on the map. And Silhouette's actually going to try to kill Engineer here. Not able to get the vision. Now has the vision. Does get the energy field down, and he will get away. Astrolabe coming out as well. There's the Plague Ultimate going to be coming in. Root going to be bouncing around as well. But down goes Engineer. He gets comboed down. The Courier goes down as well. And in fact, there's an Arcana on that Courier. Courier is dead. But so is Pharaoh. The Arcana does look like it did, in fact, get killed. It's probably the biggest news of that team fight is a dead Arcana. 1,500 gold right there. And Complexity's not done. They're coming in for round 2. Stalagmite's missing there from LesQQ. That's unfortunate. You can see Hackturn wants to go in really, really bad, but he also does not want to go in because he does not want to die. I think the better choice is to not die. Yeah, Silhouette's a pretty strong hero. I was playing some TMM a couple days ago against her, and holy crap. It is just so annoying to play against a hero when you know that every time you try to kill that hero, unless you lock them down from 100 to 0, that they have an escape mechanism that will get them away like 100% of the time. So annoying. LesQQ with his Arcana. I just need to double check. Yeah, somebody's Arcana is dead. Wow, Plague Rider not gonna get comboed down here. Reload, not reload. LesQQ, I don't know why he's been so hesitant to combo down a couple of people. Fine on Warbeast has actually gotten a Shrunken Head up and now a Brutalizer. So like I said, no matter what is going on, Fine finds his farm. Like, it's just not even a question. He's just always going to be sitting there at 400 gold per minute, or way more if the opportunity presents. As Aluna does get taken out here, Ken connects. Turret be able to bring home the last kill, and Fade's got to actually get away. Root comes out, grabs Engineer so far away. Engineer does go down. I'm going to draw a line for you guys. It's a big Root. Like, how does that get him all the way over there? That's ridiculous. I don't know. I don't even know. But V-Kid AFK, probably watching the Niners game. So let's finish up her Shrunken Head as well. And looks like Moonbander has picked up a Bound Eye. We already talked about that. He's been doing some counter warding, but I'm wondering what he's going to be going for next. Not quite sure.
The Legion have destroyed a
Middle tower goes down in favor of Complexity, and they're going to be making their way over to Kong. Good peek in there from Moon, actually getting on the high ground, checking for some vision before they evacuate the premises. Luna doing some warding now, trying to protect her own Ancients as they've been harassing the opponent's Ancients the entire time. I haven't even stopped to take a look at their Ancients. Seen Silhouette doing them maybe once or twice. Pencils. Still looks grim for you. Not super grim, though. Oh, poor Reload. That must have been his Arcana as he picks up another one here. Would have been 2/3 of the way done to finishing up that Hellflower, but unfortunately lost one on the bird. Ward does go down there, and that's the end of the vision on the map for Pencils. Flexing now able to take full map control, start resource managing their opponents even heavier, and be able to push into their opponent's jungle here whenever they want to. Keeper of the Forest, still farming, doesn't have anything yet. 2,700 gold saved up. He's not buying anything. I'd like to see a Soul's Bulwark come out of him relatively soon, but I guess he's saving up for buybacks for now. Just pulling a ton of money. Silhouette just picked up a Slayer on her way toward a Savage Mace. And Pebbles, he's picked up a Hellflower, finally. Gonna be nice for him. Fade's still trying to look around and find some kills, but not quite able to just yet. Complexity team just a little bit too tanky. A little bit too tanky and has a little bit too much of a response team. Starts with B-Kid with the Wrath of the Pharaoh. Gonna be able to get pretty dang close, but B-Kid, I wonder if he actually is AFK. He just keeps saying he's AFK. Watching the Niners game, and the amount of CS that he has is very minimal. Maybe he is half watching the Niners game.
The Legion have destroyed a HoN
Look at that
Tower.
Ancients camp. Pretty mad, pretty mad. Ward of Revelation getting countered there, and Franzi now trying to set up actually for a push here. You're going to bait him out a bit. Keeper of the Forest is looking down into the Kongor pit like he wants to get some counter wards going, and will find one, and not sure if they saw the other. They need to get some scouting information with the Tormented Soul or a Power Throw about that other one, but well placed right there by Bassets to actually get that one in. There's the Tormented Soul, and they should have seen that ward, I would think. Pencil's kind of congregating right now. Wrath of the Pharaoh misses there by B-Kid, aiming to actually get somebody as well. There's the initiation. A Wretched Hag taking a lot of damage. The energy field is out though. Let's QQ in some trouble. And there's the War Beast trying to bring him down. He will go down. Fade goes down as well. Fine, just absolutely obliterating his opponent there. Les QQ just not quite able to get the full combo off onto Wretched Hag. A bit unfortunate. All right, Moon, you got 4,200 gold. You need to buy something, buddy. Need to buy something. I don't know. What are you gonna buy? want to see that Soul's Bulwark, but he actually could be in some trouble here. Keg comes out. Here comes Fine. He's going to be able to get the bashes off. No, not quite able to get the bashes. There's the Wrath of Pharaoh. Angel comes flying on in. Able to get the energy field down as well. And, well, there's the Plague Rider ultimate going to be bouncing around. Pharaoh actually going to go down. Fine does manage to escape. And Silhouette, no token of life. The Shrunken Head expires. Root comes in, though. And Fade going to have to run away. Hellflower being applied. What are you doing, Sweet Pro? Sweet Pro still trying to get out of there. Warbeast actually in the thick of things, too. Still taking some damage. Blink away from Silhouette. She's going to be just fine. But speaking of just fine, not going to be is Sweet Pro. He does go down. In the end, a 1-for-1 exchange, but Sweet Pro buys back immediately. And damn it, Sweet Pro, we talked about this last night. We literally talked about this last night about him buying back too quickly. What's the point of the buyback right here? Doesn't have a reflection for 30 seconds. Not going to be able to go set up a kill. Wasn't in danger of losing Rax or a Kongor. Wasn't able to get back into a fight before it was over. You know, he just bought back way too quickly. I don't know. I don't know. We talked about it, and I guess ZetPro, he even agreed that that was correct and that he didn't like pooling that much gold, but still doing it. A little bit unfortunate. Moomander finally bought something. He finished up a Hellflower. It'd be nice to deal with this Warbeast for sure. Before he can activate the Metamorphosis or the Shrunken Head. Fine on Warbeast, still looking real strong. Picked up that shield breaker. He's going to be able to absolutely decimate kids once he gets into the middle of these team fights. And so this is what I'm talking about. Fine just always gets that farm, always gets big on this Warbeast. It's just going to be about these initiations now, whether they're able to get initiations off with good Burning Shadows, or whether they're going to get initiated on by something like the Pebbles and something like the Silhouette or the Keeper of the Forest, Wrath of the Pharaoh, any of these things coming in to get the initiations off, and that's going to be where the real problem is here for Pencils. They need to get off their correct initiation before they get initiated on. And speaking of correct things, Pablo McDad going for a Staff of the Master. Pablo, what are you doing? Are you joking me right now, Pablo? I don't think I could disagree with an item more than I disagree with that Staff of the Master pickup. Relo does finally finish up his Hellflower here, 36 minutes in. And he's recovered a bit, 270 gold per minute now. Oh, there's an initiation right there. Not actually happening too much, though. The Stalagmites did miss. Gonna have to get back into that Kong pit, and there's some dust coming out. Root comes out as well. Hellfire being applied onto Fade, and Fade will go down. Black Ultimate gonna be bouncing just once. Good spread, and Hag has to blink on out of there. There's the blink on up, and Engineer in some serious trouble right here. Bassett, you're in a bad way. Stalagmites go in as well. There's the chuck inside of the energy field. Bat Blast gonna hit 3 players, and Pebble's taking a lot of damage right now. Some auto attacks gonna be coming in. Fine trying to bring down Keeper of the Forest, and will kill Keeper of the Forest. Needs to get Pebbles as well, but they have no vision. Fine still has a few seconds left on that Shrunken Head, and will be able to actually finish off Pharaoh. But there's the Hellflower, and Fine goes down. 3-for-3 exchange in the end. No, 2-for-3 in favor of Complexity. Somehow Bassett's actually got out of there. Like that shouldn't have been possible, but somehow Bassett's made it out of there. Savage Mace on Silhouette, allowing her to attack up the hill without any fear of missing. And doing a ton of damage to that. There's the Slagmite's gonna be coming in right there. There's the Death Lotus and the auto attacks. Second buyback? No. Fine actually comes back in. That's his buyback. He's going to be able to kill Silhouette. And will they be able to get Pebbles as well? No, not able to get Pebbles. And okay, so I like those buybacks. That one right there from Fine, that's going to mean that they can get Kongor. Defended the Rax, defended the tower even, and they're going to be able to take Kongor. Silhouette does not have a buyback available, so there's not really a whole lot that can be done about this. The Hellfire are going to go up, but Fine is going to get this token. of course, I mean, you saw how much damage Fine did right there. B-Kid came very, very close to sniping the gold on that Kongor. Wouldn't that have been irritating? So Complexity in that last team fight, I think they got a little bit too cocky. Sending in LesQQ, and LesQQ missing the stalagmites. He's missed a lot of stalagmites this game. Not quite sure what's going on with that. Check his ping. 195, so big, but not huge, as they're going to be going in right there. Onto an illusion, though. Fade picked up a couple of those. Sweet Pro having a rough game as well on Fade. Just has not been able to set up kills like you want your Fade to be able to do. I've seen him get maybe 2 pickoffs all game on a Luna. Other than that, all of his kills have been in team fights and just not really able to farm either. I mean, at 77 CS, not finding very good farm at all. Silhouette with her Savage Mace finished up. In addition to that Shrunken Head Nullstone Portal Key, going to be looking for her next and possibly final item. We'll see what it is. She doesn't have an attack modifier yet, and it's a little bit late for Shield Breaker. So I kind of feel like it's going to be a Symbol of Rage. Something that also is kind of nice against a War Beast once he's out of his ultimate form. As there's the Stalagmite, not missing this time, and Plague Rider takes the Hellflower as well. Gonna be able to just walk away, at least for right now, but now taking a lot of pressure. Burning Shadows come in. There's another kill going on over there as Reload did go down. Root goes out onto Plague Rider. Plague will take the fall eventually. And, well, they're able to try to put the pressure onto Fade. Now there's the red power throw. They do spot out Fade. She does go down, and that should do it. 3 players down. Going to be marching their way up to the racks here in the bottom lane. And probably just knock those right on down.
The Legion has destroyed the HoN Tour.
Racks do go down in favor of Complexity Gaming. Now 15,000, 13,000 up. And the concede vote that Pencils was calling 20 minutes ago, nowhere to be seen just yet. Fine wants to be able to get in there, but not going to be going in just yet. Second tower does go down as well, and he's trying to wait by time. 16 more seconds until Sweet Pro's up, but not going to get that time. Engineer gets the initiation right there, but there's the ultimate from Warbeast. Gets trapped inside, though, with B-Kid. Very, very nice wall there from B-Kid. It's just complete waste of the ultimate from Warbeast, and in fact, did not use the Shrunken Head. Fine, pressing really far up right now. Going to take a lot of pressure. There's the Stalagmites. Energy field goes up, so Moonmander might be in some trouble here. Burning Shadows goes out as well. Dust is going off. There's the Bat Blast. Does catch Moonmander, but Silhouette does have the Shrunken Head. And actually, Silhouette going to go down right here. Pencils all of a sudden 5 heroes. And Silhouette does have a buyback. Might need to use it here momentarily, and there is the buyback. Now Pencils has to be careful. That's a 5-man root. Wrath of Pharaoh comes in, and Reload's in some serious trouble. Reload goes down, as does Bassett's on Engineer. Plague Rider ultimate going to be out there bouncing around. Fade goes down, dropping her bound eye. And Silhouette gets on out of there with the Shadow. 2 players remaining. There's the Tormented Soul going to be going off. Going to try to get the kill onto Plague Rider. There's the Chuck, and he will go down. Fine, now the only man standing on his team. Everybody else is dead for at least 30 seconds. 2 sets of racks down. Well, momentarily 2 sets of racks down. Now 2 sets of racks down. And Complexity going to be making their way into... Oh, I guess this rack section wasn't down. So 2 melee racks down. Soon to be 2 sets of racks down. Going to be making their way up into the top lane instead. Heard some mines just go off right there. Looks like it was on Pharaoh. 1,700 life of the Mystic Vestments. Doesn't hurt him too bad. And Complexity going to fall back. Don't want to get too aggressive right now and actually throw this game away. So close to advancing into the lower bracket. Round 4. Silhouette just using that portal key, gets on out of there like it ain't no thing. Level 23 Silhouette had to buy back their buyback once. Would have otherwise had her next big item at least on the way. Fine on Warby, still trying to get his farm, and Pablo not anywhere near that Staff of the Masters. The build-up on that item is just atrocious. And Pablo, I got to talk to you after this game and explain to you why that's not a good item. Pablo. Whew. Elder Parasite actually just picked up right there by Moonmeander, and he's going to be able to use that to punch some people in the face as fast as possible in some team fights. Might pick up a Brutalizer to go along with that at some point. Don't know if the game's going to last that long, though. And Pharaoh, okay, so he does have a portal key. I wasn't sure if he had a portal key or if I was seeing things. And, in fact, he does have one. So use that to actually throw up a wall of mummies, then hit his Void Talisman, and then was able to portal key out of the wall of mummies. So that's something that I did see against the War Beast, and I actually think that's very, very cool. Fade with yet another Bound Eye. That's all she's been buying all game. And Complexity now with everybody all regen up, and everybody's got their shiny new items. Going to be making their way to the top lane. Try to push down this last tower and this last set of racks. In fact, the tower's already down. Just needs these 2 racks to get mega creeps and secure this game. Keeper of the Forest going to be coming back up using that Energizer. Highly mobile Keeper of the Forest here with the Elder Parasite, as well as the Energizer and the portal key. Les QQ has finished up a Shrunken Head for himself. He'll be able to use that in any upcoming team fights, and Les QQ definitely looking for an initiation here. Tormented Shoal should have just spotted out Engineer, and Bastards need to be real careful here. Oh, well, they're actually going to get initiated on. The energy field goes up on 2, but there's Shrunken Heads. Not going to hit anything with the Bat Blast. Fade, the first one to fall right here. The Root going out, and Fine's going to be going down as well. Like Ultimate bouncing around, but Shrunken Heads don't even care. Mine going to be going out in the back, but doesn't even matter. Engineer gets the good keg off and going to be able to live for now. In fact, we'll be able to live entirely. Pebble's taking a lot of damage here. There's a big Emerald Red Lightning going to be going off. Plague Rider does go down, even though he has that Shrunken Head. Buyback on Warbeast, and he's in the thick of it. Oh, Void Talisman and the Barbed Armor going up, and the last rack's about to go down. Warbeast's going to go down for the second time here momentarily, and mega creeps for the Complexity Gaming team. Pablo mad about his bounces, and that's going to be it. GG well played's coming out from all around, and Complexity Gaming going to take this series 2-0. Warbeast's pretty mad about those rockets, but that's it. Complexity takes the game, and that will do it for the series. Hope that you guys did enjoy this one. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get somebody on for a winner's interview in just 1 second here. So let me try to work my magic on that. Give me 1 sec. And let's get this scoreboard updated. 2-0 in favor of Complexity. They're going to be moving on to play a little bit later on next weekend. So let's see if we can get a winner view going on here in a moment. TeamSpeak. The hell? I don't have TeamSpeak downloaded. Of course, a lot of the pro players these days have kind of transitioned to TeamSpeak. Not happy with the security flaws in Skype. Well, Les QQ wants to do an interview. Okay. All right, so gonna get Les QQ added up here in just one moment, and let's go ahead and get him added to Skype. Skype name. There we go. And there we go. All right, so let's bring on Les QQ. Sorry, this is taking forever, guys. Normally I have everybody added on Skype beforehand, but Les QQ, of course, he's new. All right, well, guys, that is going to do it. Let's take a look real quick. Going to take this opportunity to tell you about future casts coming up for coLcast. Going to be back tomorrow with Complexity Scrims, as well as some Sound Blaster Heroes League, and might do some HoN Tour Gold as well. So you can expect that. That's all going to be tomorrow and throughout the week. Really, that's the schedule for the week. Might throw a few games of the Cryo 9 in-house league in there in between, but mostly going to be Complexity Scrims or actually Scrimcast Live in general all week long. And then going to be making our way into HoN Tour Gold and Sound Blaster Heroes League as well. And let's go ahead and pull Les QQ on.
Yellow.
Hey, Les QQ, how are you?
I'm doing just fine.
Well, thank you very much for coming on. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, and no problem, man.
All right. Well, I actually wanted to talk to you
Okay,
specifically.
wait, 1 second.
Yeah.
I just need to mute this TeamSpeak here.
Sure, not a problem.
Okay, there you go.
So you're the newest member of Complexity Gaming, at least for right now. Do you know? Is it going to be permanent? Are you going to be the permanent fifth for right now, or?
I'm not quite sure. We've only been scrimming like this past week, and then I signed for the tournament on HoN Tour as well this weekend. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but as far as it goes, and also like the roles, we need to like figure out the roles as well. Like Moon has to switch, and I have to be the new initiator and B-Kit suicide and stuff. So I'm not 100% sure yet, but I hope so, and it's going pretty well so far.
Yeah, you're enjoying playing with the guys.
Yeah, for sure. All of their personalities are just great, and I know Hex as an IRL friend as well. He's one of my good friends as well, so we're actually LAN at the moment.
Well, that's always good when you can have a personal connection right there.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, Max. For some of our viewers that might not be so familiar with their past, you actually want to tell us a little bit about where you came from, what teams you've played with before?
Yeah, I think the most known team I played with was BXF last DreamHack summer. I played a while ago, like it was really long time ago in KD, back when with Era and I can't even remember the names. Rexy and Jerex and those guys, but that's like ages ago. So I think
Oh yeah, that
BXF
was like 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I've been around for quite a while, but BXF must be like the most known team.
Yeah, and you took third place at DreamHack Summer, is that correct? With
Yeah,
Black
that's
Fade?
correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so doing pretty well with them. Well, at least for right now, going to be with Complexity. You seem to be meshing pretty well. And, well, let's talk a little bit about this weekend's games. Going up against Lions, what really happened to that series? I mean, was it just trying to get everybody accompanied into their new role? Did Lions play really, really well?
I don't know. They played really well. I think, but also I think it's due to the picks and stuff, because they had like the last game we played. They could just prolong. We did some minor mistakes in the beginning. Moon tried to gang into mid with Tempest, and we kind of fucked up. And they just prolonged the laning phase for how long they wanted. We couldn't push, and if we wanted to push, they had like equally good team fight or maybe even better team fight. So it was just a question of them being able to holding us off for how long they wanted, because we couldn't like take the fight up there. Yeah, and that's about it. We've also been playing for like 7 hours straight, and we were all pretty exhausted, I think. So it was just.
just a pretty rough day. But you guys have been scrimming a lot this week, trying to get everybody into those positions. And then as soon as you moved down into the lower bracket today after that somewhat unexpected loss against Lions,
Oh,
looks like you guys have had a pretty good day so far in the lower bracket.
yeah, it's been working out pretty well today. Took all games, so no problem there.
Yeah, with DOND, of course, the team that started in bronze and has moved all the way up into diamond. I mean, how did those games go? I didn't get to catch those ones. They were cast by HoNcast. But talking with Porch, he said that you guys pretty much crushed them.
Yeah. We went like second game. We went just like all in push strat, and it was like had all the wrecks after 19 minutes or something. But it's good to see them moving up there. I mean, you gotta give new teams a chance as well, you know. And it was unfortunate we got knocked down in the losers bracket, so they met us so early, I guess. But
Yeah, poor guys. I mean, they came all the way from bronze, had to play Trademark, and then they had to play you guys.
yeah, rough.
Pretty
That's all I
rough.
can say.
Pretty dang rough. And you had a
Oh yeah.
great Hammerstorm game in this series, it looks like.
Yeah,
21 gold per minute.
I was actually whining about that because I've been playing like Hammerstorm 6 games in a row or something. So I was like, "Oh, Beacon, please don't let me play Hammerstorm again."
Yeah,
And then
so
I got the bubbles down there, so it was fine.
yeah, and then a follow up, another great bubbles game, 700 gold per minute on Haxerin on
Yeah,
the bird
not
that
too bad.
game.
Oh
Pretty
yeah.
impressive. So B Kid, was he doing the drafting again today?
Yeah. Today Beacon was doing the drafting. Peter had been trying out like yesterday and in our scrims as well. Just he wanted to do some drafting and stuff. So, but today Beacon was the captain.
All right, all right. And then, well, going into this last series that we were just in right here, game number one. I mean, was there some confusion going on when they started picking out this pushing strategy? I mean, it was kind of a weird strat. How did you guys want to respond to that? What was your approach to try to beat that strat?
Oh wait, let me just find the game so I can see which heroes we actually had. Um, they they picked like Bramble and all these guys, right?
Bramble, Demented Shaman, Pebbles, Soul Reaper, and Ophelia.
Yeah, we actually they first picked the Demented Shaman and we thought like they wanted to go for Zephyr, or we were pretty sure they wanted to go for Zephyr, and he's just so freaking strong with the D Shaman. Like if they went in full push, because we knew that they were also gonna get Ophelia. So at first we just went for like good counter push the Zephyr and the Aluna to like fight him off. MOA, I really like the hero, and also the gas in the ground is so strong versus push. So we were just like trying to fight him off, dodge fights as much as possible, and then like exchange towers for as long as we could. And then when they pushed into base, we like had to take the fight up. But we also had like then we just had the items to deal with it. But we were ahead like I don't know 16k in gold and experience, but they were still able to get pretty far up there and almost get the Rex at top due to some slow ports and stuff. My bad, kind of, but it doesn't matter. We got him off.
Now you were playing Master of Arms in that game, actually in a suicide capacity, going one and one against Relo on the
Oh
Soul
yeah.
Reaper. And what was your role in that game? And you've been playing kind of the initiator ganker kind of role. In that game, were you playing like a secondary support semi carry? Like,
Um, I don't know. It's just I really like MOA, and I think like he's underrated in my opinion because the acid thingy I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but it's so strong, and if you just get the energized and the tablet, you'll be able to deal pretty stick damage. Also the red alt and the blue alt, you can choose whether it has to be defensive or offensive, and you can still be able to do shitloads of damage, help your teammates, get away yourself, and everything. I don't know. They tried to gang me D-Sham and Bramble in bottom, and I managed to survive early on as well, while team was pushing towers. So I don't know. The hero is just so strong.
very, very strong hero indeed. And then in that final game, you're playing the long lane Pebbles, able to get some pretty good farm there. And throughout the game, you guys were just really able to shut them down. There was a few missed combos from you on
Oh
Pebbles,
yeah.
but overall, it
I'd
worked
hope
out
you
just
missed.
fine.
I'd hope you missed some of those, but yeah, it's
I
okay, man.
pointed out a few. I mean, you guys were just able to shut down. And I mentioned it a few times on the stream. Reload this weekend for Pencils has had a very bad weekend. There's no other way to put it. Out of all the games that I've cast, which I believe were 4 out of their 6 games this weekend, I saw Relo hard feeding in 3 of those games.
Oh yeah, but
And
it's I don't know, it's hard. The first game I had Moon down there to help me out in the forest, and as a Soul Reaper, when I got the lane control, there's not much to do for him. And in the second game, Pebbles Luna also just pretty much have fun up there.
yeah,
But I haven't been watching the other games, so I won't be able to say anything about that.
yeah, well, you guys did very, very well against him, and we're able to take that one home. Now you're going to be going on to next weekend. You got a week to prepare, a week to refine your strategies. You're going to be going up against Q Squad, number 2 in the last cycle, and the team that Complexity was actually eliminated by in the last cycle.
Oh shit. Well, then things are about to change, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys going to be able to take them out?
I hope so. I think so. I mean, I think we're gonna scrim as much as we can this week as well, and then hopefully be ready for the weekend. So.
Well, I certainly look forward to casting a lot of those scrims. All right, well, LesQQ, thank you very much for coming on and taking some time to talk with us about these games. And wish you the best luck in the upcoming week, the upcoming weekend. Any shout-outs from you before I let you go?
Yeah, I would like to shout out to Captain, EIL Ninja, Maliboy, and I don't know, all the other fucking IRL friends. I can't remember all of them.
All right, well,
Yeah.
that will work.
Alright, thanks for having me, man.
Thank you for being here, and we'll catch you next time. Take it easy.
Peace.
All right, guys, that was LesQQ of Complexity. Well, at least playing for Complexity right now. Not sure if he's going to be the permanent, but seems to be working out so far. So only time will tell. Of course, further information about that will be available on ComplexityGaming.com when everything is finally sorted out. And guys, that is going to do it for coleCast for the day. coleCast returns tomorrow. Change that. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with Scrimcast Live, Complexity Scrims, maybe a little bit of Cryo9 IHL to fill some time, and of course, HoN Tour Gold and Sound Blaster Heroes League qualifier number 4 going to be starting up tomorrow as well. Should be an awesome, awesome day. So guys, I'm very much so looking forward to that, but I got to go take care of some stuff. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's cast. A huge shout out to HoN Tour and to S2 for allowing HoN Tour to happen, and to the HoN Tour admin staff, Milk Fat, Mr. Old Shadow, Chuck64, Roland Inklin, and Snoopy. Without their help, well, this would be a whole lot more messy, but they keep things running smooth. And of course, to Complexity Gaming. Check them out over at ComplexityGaming.com, where we got a brand new website. You can read all about Filipino Champ competing over in the SoCal Regionals in Marvel and Street Fighter 4 right now. And of course, about our newest player acquisition, the STC, formerly of Quantic, joining the coL Squad for StarCraft 2, so make sure to check that out as well. And also make sure to support the sponsors whenever you can. Sound Blaster, Origin, QPad, PNY, and G8 brand, as well as Twitch. You're already doing that just by watching right now. Guys, we are out. I'll catch you all tomorrow. See you then.